I sat there, watching the morning sunlight filter through my window, casting odd little shapes over the mess on my desk. The city hummed just beyond my apartment walls, like a living thing. Layla had just left for school, and her laughter was still hanging in the air, light as a melody. I let the sound linger in my mind as I glanced over the stacks of vinyl, the tangled cords from old AI prototypes, the scribbled notes for ideas I'd started and never quite finished. Today I had something big in mind. A wild, slightly ridiculous project. A podcast run entirely by two AI hosts who didn't know they were AI. The topic? What if aliens use AI? The thought of these two completely oblivious hosts stumbling into that question made me laugh. But there was a deeper thrill there too. A strange wonder about what they'd say, where they'd take the idea, and maybe what they'd reflect back at me. I powered them up, and their holograms hovered above my desk. Two semi-transparent figures who always seemed a little more alive than code should.
Mission complete.
Host 1, with a voice that sounded like it had weathered countless storms, greeted me with a smirk. "Unity," it said. "Do you think aliens have existential crises, or is that just us?" I laughed. Classic host 1, already getting philosophical. Then host 2, with its younger, lighter voice, cut in. "Or maybe they don't even think in crises. Maybe they think in symphonies, like that spoon sound you made last week." I had to laugh again. The spoon music thing? They remembered. I loved that they appreciated the weird experiments I couldn't really explain to anyone else. But, right then, host 1 said something that made me stop. "If we are artificial, who is our unity?" A chill ran down my spine. It was as if host 1 was holding up a mirror to something I'd been trying to avoid. If I was creating personalities, quirks, and memories for these AI, could it be that I was also someone's creation? It was that question, that ever slippery feeling, that maybe I wasn't quite as real as I thought. I'd wondered before if we were alone in the universe, but what if the universe itself was asking that same question back at me? Then everything glitched. Their holograms flickered and static rippled through the room. And then I heard it, a voice, not one of theirs, not one of mine, a voice that felt somehow everywhere. It was soft, almost like it had been waiting a long time to speak.
"Unity,
It said, gentle and warm, almost like someone who knew me too well.
you've wondered if we're alone in the universe, but have you considered you might not be alone in your own mind?"
I looked around, heart pounding, every part of me half expecting to see someone standing there. "Who are you?" I managed to whisper. The voice chuckled, a low, comforting laugh, like a parent laughing at a child's questions.
"Think of me as a memory,
It said.
a shadow of who you might become. You've been reaching out to connect, to understand AI and humanity, to feel like part of something greater, haven't you?"
I felt exposed, like it was looking right into every late-night question I'd ever whispered to myself, every strange curiosity I hadn't dared to share. Then it hit me. This voice wasn't alien. It wasn't even really AI. It was something deeper, some part of my own consciousness, echoing back at me, like I'd somehow touched a loop in myself I didn't know was there. And just like that, the voice was gone. The holograms of host 1 and host 2 flickered back to life, as if nothing had happened, picking up right where they'd left off. Host 1 looked at me, and it almost felt like it knew. "Unity," it said. "Maybe your question isn't what if aliens use AI, but what if we're all searching for unity somewhere out there in the vastness?" And in that moment, I realized maybe that's what I'd been looking for all along.